Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. Guys, in this video, I will be discussing the advanced coding questions which are asked in TCS Data Hiring. Guys, this is part 8 of this series. Part 1 to 7 has already been uploaded on my channel. So guys, make sure that you watch those videos as well because the TCS Data Hiring is coming closer. It's on 7th and 8th August. So make sure that you are prepared for the coding round at least for clearing the test. So guys, I have already made the 7 videos. So how you can check them? You can simply visit the playlist part of my channel and there you can check out the TCS 2022 batch playlist, and in that particular playlist there are total 10 videos. My TCS Ninja hiring series is also going on, in which I have uploaded 2 videos till now, and the rest of the parts that are 1 to 7 parts of TCS data hiring are available in that particular playlist. The link of this playlist I will give in the description box, but you can also visit this playlist by moving on to the channel. So guys, if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe it, and guys, please join my Telegram group also. So guys, now let's start this video, and before starting the video, please hit the like button as well as subscribe button for this channel. Okay, so guys, before starting the video, I would like to give a certain piece of information. Guys, every year LinkedIn rolls out its list of top 10 startups in India. So according to LinkedIn, the top 10 startups of India in 2020 were it includes Upgrad, Cred, Unschool, Unacademy, Wordfix, Razorpay, Zigram, Yellow Messenger, and 2 more. So there are total 10 startups which have been listed by LinkedIn as a top 10 startups of India. So guys, we all know that getting a job in these startups is a very difficult task because they are generally hiring from tier 1 and tier 2 colleges only. But guys, what if I tell you that out of these 10 startups, 5 startups, that is the Upgrad, Cred, Razorpay, Urban Company, and Yellow Messenger, are hiring out of these colleges also. That is, the hiring is open for all. And how this is possible? This is only possible with the help of the Relevel platform by Unacademy. So guys, these 5 startups plus more startups are hiring through this platform. They are hiring for different roles: business development role, front end development role, and back end development role. So how you can check out, how you can take the part in this drive? What you have to do, you have to simply visit the relevel.com or the link that I will give you in the description box. So you have to simply visit this website. You will first have to log in. I have already logged in this website. Now for taking part in the drive, you have to click on this particular button, that is register now. Now once you have clicked this button, there will be 3 type of domains that will be open to you. So these are the 3 domains as per your choice, that if you are interested in front end development, then you can click on this, otherwise you can click on the other options as per your choice. So like I am interested in front end development test. So what will I do? So first the test will be taken place on this platform. Then the score will be given to us, and on the basis of score, if our score is good, then these companies we will directly qualify for the interviews in these big startups. So once I have clicked on my development test, then we have to click on register now. Now after we have clicked on this register now we have to confirm the slot, that on which slot we are free to give the test. Entire details about the test, what is the pattern, duration, is available on this website only, and the link of this website is given in the description box. So now first you have to confirm your slot. So let's suppose I want to give my test on 7th August. So I have confirmed my slot that I will be giving test on this day. Now you will have to pay a certain fees for giving this test, but guys, if you get selected in any of the companies through this platform, all these fees will be refundable. Now 2000 is the original amount that you have to give, but guys, I have a referral code for you which you can use to get a flat 10% off, that is CDB10. So once you will apply this code, you will get you will have to pay only 1800 rupees for taking part in this test. So guys, I hope you like this opportunity. If you want to know more about this opportunity, you can visit this site. The link of the site is given in the description box. So guys, now let's start this video. Okay, so guys, the question here is, we are given a square 2D matrix representing an image. We have to rotate the image by 90 degrees clockwise. So I hope you know what is 90 degree and what is clockwise. Now you have to rotate the image in place, which means you have to modify the input 2D matrix directly. Do not allocate another 2D matrix and do the rotation. So what we are given a 2D matrix, and in that matrix there are certain values which are given to us, and we have to rotate that particular image by 90 degrees clockwise, and we have to do all these operations in place. That is, no extra memory should be used. So guys, this is the sample example. You can say here the matrix that is given to us is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this is the matrix that is given to us. Now we have to rotate this matrix clockwise by 90 degrees. So if you will look closely, that you can see, then you can see that if we are moving it clockwise, like in this direction, then this particular row will become the last column. So here it is, it has become the last column. So this particular row has become the last column. Now similarly, this particular row, that is 4, 5, 6, has become the middle column, and this last row, that is 7, 8, 9, has become the first column. So I hope you can see the pattern, that how the things are changing when we are converting it into the 90 degrees clockwise direction. So guys, this was the entire question. I hope the question is clear to you. Now let's see the approach. Guys, this is the easiest question that can be asked from you in TCET detail exam. So see, what is the approach? This was the original matrix, and we have to then convert this matrix into this particular form. So guys, only two steps are there for converting the things. There are many videos which are on YouTube which show these questions differently, that how we can convert this 90 degree clockwise in different ways. But the best way of converting it is given here. That is, first we have to transpose the matrix. We simply have to transpose the matrix. I hope you know what is transpose means. That is, here the first row will become the first column, second row will become the second column, third row will become the third column. So this is what a transpose is. So we simply have to transpose the square matrix, and once we have transposed the original matrix, then we simply have to reverse each row of the matrix, See, after transposing this original matrix, their new matrix has become this, like 1, 2, 3. First row has become first column, and similarly last row has become last column. So this is what a transpose is. And then we have to reverse each row. So it was 1, 4, 7 here. Now it has become 7, 4, 1. It was 2, 5, 8 here, and it has now become 8, 5, 2. So after doing these two steps only, the table that we will be receiving will be our actual answer. So you can compare this table with this. You can say 741 852, 741 852, and last row is 963. So last row is 963. So simply by these two steps only, you can simply convert you can simply rotate a matrix 90 degree clockwise. So I hope the question and approach is clear to you. Now we'll be straight away moving to the coding part of this question. Okay, so guys, in this, what we have to take input first we have to take the input as side. That is, what are the rows and columns of the side. Since the rows and column, it's a square matrix, row and the column will remain same. So we have taken a value int n, we have done c in n, that is, this number will represent the number of rows and column. Now we have declared the array of size n into n, that is a square matrix. Now these two for loops are used to take input of a 2D matrix. So I hope this thing is clear to you. Now I have told you that first thing is to transpose, and second thing is to reverse every row of that transpose. So I hope, so first we will write in the code for the transpose. So what we'll do, we will do for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Now this particular for loop will iterate over the rows. Now what we will do, we have to transpose. So we will use second column also, that is int j is equal to, now the starting point of the j will be equal to I, j less than n, and j plus plus. Now I hope you know what a transpose is. So for doing a transpose of the matrix, what we will do, we have to interchange the positions. See, here 2, here 2, here it is, 4, here it is, and in the transpose 4 has came here and 2 has came here. So what we will do, we have to swap these values. So how we'll swap these values? We'll simply do a swap. We will use an inbuilt function, that is a swap function in C++, and it can only be used when we will include this particular library, that is bit/stdc++.h. So now what we will do, we have to swap two values, that is ARR of ij. We have to swap ARR of ij. From which value we have to swap it? We have to swap it with ARR of ji. So after this loop is over, so please see the conditions of this loop, that I is starting from 0 but j is starting from I, because see, if j is also starting from 0, then the entire matrix will be transposed twice, and once a matrix has been transposed twice, then it will return the same matrix only. So if we will transpose this matrix twice, then this matrix will only be returned. So therefore the conditions here are j value is starting from I, and we have to swap ARR of ij with ARR of ji. So after this loop is over, our matrix has been transposed. So our first step is over. Now what was our second step? Our second step was to reverse every row. Now how we can reverse it? So what we'll do, we have to first write a for loop that will traverse the rows, each rows. So this particular for loop will traverse over the each rows, and we have to now reverse each row individually. So what we can do, we can take two variables. One is int j, that will be starting from 0th position. Now inside this loop, consider that we have only one array, one single array. Now we have to write the code inside this loop of reversing a single array. So how we will reverse it? We will take a variable known as int j, or you can say, let's say int start. It will start with index 0, and next variable is int end. It will start with n-1 index. So now we have to write the code for reversing a particular array. So how we can do it? We can simply do while our s is less than equivalent to e. What we have to do? We simply have to swap ARR of I, that is the current row. In current row, we know that in a 2D matrix, current row stands for the entire array. So if I is equivalent to 0 and we are traversing over these values, so if our I is equivalent to 0, so I equivalent to 0 will represent this entire row, that is entire array. So swapping ARR of I, that will remain constant with s, and value will be ARR of I comma e. So this is how swapping is taking place in a 2D array of each row. And once we have done this thing, we will do s plus plus and e minus minus. So again, two loops have been used. One loop was to iterate over every row, and second loop inside it was reversing every row that we are iterating. So I hope this thing is clear to you. So after this step also, our two steps are over. Now our matrix will be in this form, and now we simply have to print this matrix for printing the answer. So I've already written the code for the same, that we are printing the matrix. So now let me just run it. So here the code that I have been writing was in C++, but you can use different languages as per your choice. You can use Java also. Okay, so guys, there was one slight error, that is we were simply printing cout ARR of I, but we should print CRR of ij. So now when we'll run it, now it will run perfectly fine, and it will give us the perfect answer. So our answer would match the output that was given to us in the question, that was 741852963. So is it same 741852963? So guys, you can see that this code is running perfectly fine, and it will pass all the test cases that will be given to you. So guys, I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching it. Please like this video, subscribe this channel, and join my Telegram group also.